Any chance that she's ever going to join you?
You know I can hear you.
This week on Welcome to Plathville, Micah's mystery girlfriend finally made her on-camera debut. But first, let's check in with Olivia and Ethan. Last episode, they finally signed their divorce papers. And we're flashing forward a few months to their lives now and how they're moving forward. Ethan hit the gym with his friend Andres.
What's up, you? What's on your mind?
Olivia, still, even though she's gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. In a way, you're gonna carry that your whole life. I don't think she's ever gonna be fully apart from you. She's always gonna be a part of your heart, at least, part of your story.
Andre suggested that they go out on the town in Minnesota and meet some women. And Ethan seemed game, but he was a little unsure how it would go.
I know there's a lot that I have to learn about approaching women or learning like what the, you know, like if a girl hits on me or is attracted to me or shows like attraction, I don't know. I have a really terrible time with missing all that. I don't know. It's like a curse, I think.
Meanwhile, in California, Olivia went to a Pilates class with her friend Lily. Olivia filled Lily in on Ethan finally signing the papers and talked about the tension that happened leading up to that point.
In the process of trying to sign all the papers, I think he just had a lot of unanswered questions and like things that he couldn't reconcile within himself. And so every time it just became super heated and like emotional. And in the very end, he was like, there's still so many things I have to say to you. And I was like, every time that goes so poorly that I'm not really interested in another conversation. So I told him he could like write it in a letter and give it to me. And he did. He like wrote me a long letter and gave it to me and then signed the papers. So
Olivia revealed that while she was packing up her final things in Minnesota, she stumbled upon something that put the letter into perspective.
I found a card that he had written me when he and I separated a few years ago. The things he said in the letter 3 years later are like word for word what he said in that card.
So just no change.
About like taking you for granted and like, I wish I hadn't treated you this way.
Probably reading it is solidifying the reasons why it had to end, because you see 3 years ago the same things being said.
Yeah.
If you can't realize it over 3 years, when are you going to realize it?
Olivia also talked about dating post-split and how she was feeling empowered getting out on the scene.
When I started thinking about dating, I was like, all right, 25, single for the first time in my life, I'm gonna have a hoe phase.
Everyone needs a good hoe phase.
I didn't hoe very well.
That's okay. It's okay. I'm a very careful hoe.
I think the term hoe started out as a negative thing to shame women for choosing who they want to be intimate with and how often. And I don't buy into all of that. So when I use it, it's in kind of a reclaiming way of like, this is my body and I get to decide if I want to go on dates, if I want to spend the night, if I want to be intimate with somebody, like that's all my choice.
Meanwhile, Micah has been getting serious with his girlfriend, who has remained off camera for the time being. She said goodbye as he and his friend Will headed to Jacksonville for a Spartan race with him and his family.
Bye, babe. Have fun at the race.
Bye. I will.
Say hi to your family.
Wish you could come.
You've got Will.
Yeah, glad I changed this flight.
I love you.
Love you too. See you soon. My girlfriend would definitely love to come to this race with me, but my family will be posting our social media. And as far as having a public relationship, you know, my girlfriend likes to steer clear of that type of stuff. She would rather keep her peace.
Micah, Isaac, Barry, Amber, Lydia, and Moriah all competed in the 5K, which featured a ton of obstacles. Micah and Isaac got competitive with each other throughout the race, and Isaac was hoping to outrun his older brother.
Mike has always been competitive when we were living at the farm because he was just so much bigger than me, because I was, you know, I'm 5 years younger. He would wrestle me and just beat me easily, and that made me so mad sometimes. So it would be good to actually finally beat them in something big. I just gotta keep pushing through and not look back. Hope he doesn't pass me.
Isaac was leading the family, but he accidentally missed one of the obstacles.
Isaac's like 20 feet ahead of me, and all of a sudden, the guy goes, "You're not gonna throw my spear?"
Go grab a spear.
I turn around and like yell at Isaac, but he's already like 100 feet away because he just kept on running, didn't do this obstacle, and he doesn't even care. So I throw the spear, it takes me 2 tries.
Does that count?
By now, Isaac's like, you know, way ahead of me. I'm just gonna go this at my own pace, and if he wins, I got something to tell him. He missed an obstacle.
Isaac ultimately was the first Plath to cross the finish line. But because he missed a step, he and Micah playfully argued over who was the true winner.
Micah, please don't try to steal my glory because I missed that once.
I'm gonna say what I say.
Micah was he was 1 minute and 40 seconds behind me, and so if I don't know, it's close, but I know I'm confident that I still would have won.
Because he skipped a step.
No, that's not why. Moriah, I was way ahead of Micah.
We'll never live it down. There's always going to be an argument about who finished. So the only thing we can do is run it again.
Amber and Mary came in 3rd and 4th in the family, and Moriah and Olivia in 5th and 6th. And while the sisters worked together to take on the obstacles, by the end, it was every woman for herself.
I see Moriah running and I'm like, no, she's not gonna be me now.
I know it's ruthless of me, but you know what? It's worth it.
When Micah got back from Jacksonville, he talked to producers about the race and his relationship with his girlfriend. And it was at that point that she entered the room and made her first on-camera appearance.
You know I can hear you.
I know you can.
You think
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, come.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
You're joining us? We'll see.
Micah's girlfriend, whose name is Veronica, said that they talked about going public a lot, but her inclination has always been to stay out of the spotlight.
I liked being in the back of the room. I liked being the one listening to everything, the one not involved in everything. So, like, if you told me when I first met Micah that we would be doing this today, I would be like, yeah, no. There's no photos of me.
It's been a growing process for sure.
It's definitely been a growing process. First, when I met Micah, he wanted to take a photo together. We were at the beach one day, and I was like, absolutely not. So all the photos he has of me is like my hand covering cameras, constantly hiding from cameras, from photos, from, I don't know.
Veronica said that part of the reason she decided to go public was to be able to share in moments with Micah and his family.
I'd rather have memories in the moment, but to make memories with the family, you sort of have to be on camera at this point. I tried to hide for a while. It didn't work.
Well, I'm really happy you decided to, go public. I feel like that kind of takes our relationship to the next level, you know?
That was the most forced thing I've ever heard you say.
No, I'm really happy you decided to do this because we get to spend more time together. You get to see my family more.
They went on to talk about just how committed they are to the relationship.
I look at you and me as like we're basically married. It's like the commitment level that we have together. But
we live together. We have 3 dogs together.
Mm-hmm.
We had a pretty good life.
Yep.
I'm lucky I get to live with my best friend. I have like tears in my eyes when you said that. I tell him that every morning. I was like, I get to live with my best friend. How lucky am I? Okay, no, I can't cry. But I'm thankful for him every day.
But when asked if they saw themselves tying the knot down the line, they had this to say.
You've brought up marriage a couple of times. You've said that you're like a married couple twice now. Is marriage in your future?
We both turned at the same time. That's awkward silence.
It's only awkward if you think it's awkward. No comment right now.